There's something about the way this Josh Giddey situation is being handled that makes me kind of uncomfortable. I didn't want to talk about the situation originally, but as time has gone on, I feel like maybe I should address it a little bit. Also, there's something about the situation itself that a lot of people are not talking about. Like, why only now has the NBA just started investigating Josh Giddey? Is it due to racism? I mean, we saw what they did with Ja Morant and Kyrie Irving. There's a lot of madness going on in this, and I feel like I have to address it, and today we're going to be looking into it. Also, yes, my voice is still messed up. It's getting better, but please work with me. It sounds like ass, I know. Now, if you don't know what's going on, I'm going to do my best to explain it without getting into too much detail because it's kind of nasty what's going on. So at like 2 in the morning on Thanksgiving Day, it was reported by some Twitter account that Josh Giddey apparently was talking to a minor. Now, what's weird about this is only a couple hours later after the tweet, was tweeted and it started to go viral, the tweet in the account was taken down. This is some people saying that it was Adam Silver pulling out the black SUVs. I don't know how true that is. Maybe the guy got cold feet. You never really know. But nevertheless, the tweet was seen and it got reposted and a lot of people started sharing the information and things took a weird turn. Also, I know I said he was just talking to a minor, but it's basically incited that they had sex and it's being shown in some pictures. I don't want to get too much into detail because it's some pretty nasty shit and I know a lot of you guys are uncomfortable and we're not really trying to be a gossip channel over here. But needless to say, it's a disgusting situation and if the allegations are true, Josh Giddey should be fucking locked up and kicked out the NBA. But the thing is, I don't think he's going to get kicked out the NBA. In fact, a lot of people are starting to question the NBA and their character on these types of situations. The NBA has been known to shut down a lot of players in their career. For example, remember Myers Leonard when he said a certain K word that I cannot repeat? Well, that man basically got kicked out of the league and damn near got blackballed for a couple years. I mean, I think only last year was he finally brought onto an NBA roster. And this was a guy that was a pretty solid rotation piece for, I believe, the Miami Heat when he was on there. He actually might have been on the Blazers. I really do not remember. But I also know the NBA likes to fuck around with certain situations. Do you guys remember when Miles Bridges reportedly beat up his girlfriend? Well, the NBA actually waited a while, but they gave him a 30-game suspension, even though technically it was more like a 10-game suspension. He did sit out the year before, but honestly, I think that was just kind of as a distraction. I mean, for one, he was going through all the court proceedings and things of that nature. Also, it just didn't make sense to have him around the team itself. But when this season actually started, he actually only got suspended for 10 games, and he recently just returned. And as far as basketball things go, he's helping out his team. Most people still believe that he is someone who did beat up his girlfriend, and the evidence is there. Now, the actual court trial itself is not until February 2024. So legally, I think Miles Bridges is in the clear right now. But even though it's kind of incited that he most definitely had a part of it. But yeah, the NBA gave him 30 games and that was it. This is a guy that beat the shit out of his girlfriend. I saw the pictures. It's fucking terrible. Again, I'm gonna have to reiterate. Technically, it's not official if he did it, but you know the situation and you know what happened. But what's even crazier is the fact that the NBA gave Ja Morant 25 games for holding a gun in his own car. Now, I know there's more context to the situation, like he was doing a lot of stupid shit. They had to send him a message. But I'm sorry, there's no fucking way those two situations are at all comparable. They're just not. I'm sorry. Also, this is kind of random. Remember last season when the Kyrie Irving documentary shit happened? Yeah, well, he only got suspended for 5 games. Now, 5 games for a documentary link. And I know the link was very controversial. I understand that. But I want you guys to watch how the media talked to Kyrie Irving after this situation and how the media just talked to Josh Giddey yesterday.
Over the past couple of days, there was some pretty serious allegations. I know nothing concrete there, but is there anything you can say in this situation?
Yeah, I mean, I understand the question, obviously, but there's no further comment right now.
Kyrie, while we're on the topic of promotion, why did you decide to promote something that Alex Jones said? And to follow up on the promotion of the movie and the book.
Can you please stop calling it a promotion? What am I promoting?
Put it out on your platform.
But I'm promoting it? Do you see me in front of the title?
Putting it out there, people are going to say that you are
promoting. Yeah, put it out there just like you put things out there, right?
These are two very different reactions. You have the media talking to Josh Giddey like, okay, no comment, cool, we're good. Meanwhile, they talk to Kyrie Irving and they hound him for minutes on end about just this one little topic. And again, I know what Kyrie did was fucking stupid. I understand that. But what Kyrie did, was this illegal in any way? Did it harm anybody physically? Could it possibly be traumatic? Absolutely not. But what Josh Giddey is being accused of, that is something that could be traumatic. It is illegal and it could be harming someone in such ways. Also, I find it very fucking disgusting how the media has went quiet about this. I mean, there hasn't been a goddamn peep about it. Besides, I think it was Shams or Woj saying, yeah, the NBA is looking into it. It is fucking disgusting how nobody is saying not a goddamn word. When Kyrie Irving posts a link and John Moran holds a gun, oh, that has to be front page fucking center. Now, I've heard the argument that it's because this is a legal situation. I mean, of course, you don't want to say that much when there's police and, law enforcement involved in general. But remember when John Moran, had that gun? Well, there actually was law enforcement that was investigating the situation for a while. Miles Bridges, it's a similar situation. Also, I almost forgot. You remember the Kevin Porter Jr. situation? Guess what the NBA did about that? Absolutely nothing. And I know he got traded a couple days later, and I'm pretty sure he's now a free agent and nobody wants to pick him up. But the NBA did absolutely nothing even when the news came out. They didn't even think to suspend him. So that argument gets thrown completely out the window. Not to mention, there is a small possibility due to Josh Giddey being from Australia, and I'm pretty sure this girl is from Australia. There is a little loophole because the age of consent over there is actually 16 years old. And some reports are saying this girl is actually 16 years old, which here, it's a pretty fucked up situation, and I still believe he's kind of a sick piece of shit. But technically in Australia, there's a chance he can't even get convicted. But regardless if it's legal or not, they're still not fucking talking about it. Also, it's reported that she might even be 15 now, which is just 10 times worse. Now, why do I think they're not talking about it? Well, I think there's a possibility it has to do with race. Or maybe it's the fact that the NBA just likes to pick and choose what they talk about. Like, you guys know a certain player that used to play for the Utah Jazz that wears number 32, that I will not say his name because he's a piece of shit that I wish the worst for. Well, the NBA honored him at the All-Star game. This guy is a top 5 worst human piece of trash in the NBA, and they honored this man. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, they have no shame whatsoever. It's official what he did. It's not a rumor. There is proof that this happened. Yet the NBA honored this man. So how do you think the NBA is going to treat Josh Giddey? The point is the NBA is mishandling the situation, and it is fucking disgusting. Not only Adam Silver and, the way the league's handling it, but the NBA media and the people talking about it. Like, I feel like a lot of people are missing so much and just disregarding a lot of things. I think the whole situation is fucked up, believe me. It is fucking weird and terrible all around. But the fact that there's so many different sides about the way this is fucked up, it just makes me sick to my stomach. Also, can we stop fucking posting this girl on the timeline, please? Like, this fucking 16-year-old girl is being shown across the timeline. We're sharing her pictures, her TikToks, her Instagram. Please fucking stop. It is fucking weird. Like, this is a fucking minor that at least hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people have seen. Can y'all stop? This is weird. I know we're trying to expose Josh Giddey. We're trying to show all this evidence, and I do understand certain parts of it. But we're being like, oh, do you see the vision? I understand why Josh Giddey did it. Y'all are some sick fucking individuals, and seek help immediately. The sad reality is this girl, the victim, this is the one who is getting the worst end of it. I mean, don't you think Josh Giddey is the one that should be getting the worst out of it? No, it's a 16 or 15 or however old she is girl. It's fucking weird, guys. At the end of the day, the NBA loves to mishandle situations, and this is just another one of those. It's very sick to me though how Adam Silver is handling this, how the NBA is handling this, and overall the NBA community. You guys have fucking mishandled this, and it drives me up a wall. I don't know what's gonna happen to Josh Giddey. I don't know if they're gonna suspend him. I don't know if they're gonna look into it. I don't know if he's gonna get arrested. I doubt he gets arrested. I think the most the NBA is gonna do is in like maybe a week they might suspend him for 3 games, but that's about it. The NBA doesn't give a fuck about women. They don't give a fuck about them getting beat up or them sexually assaulted. They don't care. The NBA is a product, it is a brand, and they need to keep that product going. Not to mention, the Oklahoma City Thunder are no longer a bad rebuilding team. They're one of the best teams in the Western Conference, and Josh Giddey is an important part of that team. I know he's been struggling, he's not having the best season, but this guy is still an important part of the team, at least as far as basketball goes. Well, honestly, maybe the team doesn't even think that, because guys have been deleting posts and tweets about him that were on his team. It seems like even the people in OKC are pretty fucking done with him. I think they've come up with their conclusion, and I've definitely come up with mine. Regardless of how this ends up, I pray to God it's not true. I pray to God she's like 18 and I don't know, someone sent out a fucking hit to make the OKC Thunder suck. Regardless, I'm probably not going to be covering the entire situation because I'm not a journalist. I'm just someone who likes to talk basketball. But I don't know, the way this was being handled, I feel like I had to address it on myself and kind of break it down in ways that most are not going to. Also, let me know if you guys like this new style where I just record my face and I have, clips and tweets and stats, whatever, that I put up on the screen. I don't know, I feel like it's a lot more interactive. You guys will be able to see me a lot more in these videos. If you guys hate it, then fucking let me know and I'll stop doing it. Now, something else that we talked about a couple days ago was Alfred Şengün, who's having one hell of a season. Also, we just dropped a podcast on the starting 5. If you want to check out the Şengün video, it's going to be on the left. If you want to check out the podcast, it's going to be on the right.